morning. We are down near Veneta, Oregon. Same place we delivered to, was it last week or the week before? It was last week, right? Oh, it was maybe the week before. Yeah, it was the week before, not last week. 2 weeks ago. Bolton Hill Road, they say not to take that road out of here. One to the left. We're going to try a different route this time than the one last time we tried. We'll see how it is. It's longer route I'm taking this time, but let's see how it is for how steep the hill grade is. Just trying to get a couple of routes in over here because there's 4 different ways to get to this place. I want to know which one would be the best if this is all black ice. But holy smokes, it is humid here. Holy moly. Humid, humid, humid. As you can see, everything is green. We are in Oregon after all. So I made it all the way over here. All the scales that are normally open were closed except for one. And by the time we hit that scale, we were below half a tank of fuel. That when I drove by, I went, scales open, pulled in, and the scale was just full of trucks. I got the bypass signal. It was like, sweet! Bypassing, don't take a close look at my weight. Hopefully I'll never make that mistake again. At least not at this location. When I load at this location again, I will know in the future to load lighter or to pull into a flat spot and check my gauges. So yeah, pretty blessed to get through all of that without a ticket. And it was only, well, it was 700 over, but I'm allowed to go 250 over because it has a heating system. So really I was only 450 over. So not a big deal, but still, it's 450 more than I feel comfortable going down the road with. I like being by the book. What's going on here? Give me some cool air. Air, please. There we go. Cool air coming in. Beautiful road. Alright, at the stop sign we're going to turn left here. So I have no idea where I'm going. Hopefully I'm going the right direction. Hopefully I wasn't supposed to grab a load where I just dropped one off. Because there's no cell service on my e-log. I usually don't get messages. And it's all, normally it would send me messages earlier and I would know what's going on, but it was all bugged up, and even in cities there was no cell service. I'm not getting any messages, nothing. So I sent a cell or a satellite message, and they've reset it now, so it should, as we get into civilization, I should have cell service. I should get all my dispatches where I'm headed next. So send a message that if I don't, I will call them from Eugene. So I'm kind of running in the dark. index has got to be just huge here compared to what I'm used to. Okanagan's a desert, and this is almost a rainforest. Actually, it probably is a rainforest. At least a little bit further west, it for sure is. Hate this line corners both directions. I'm going to put my diff lock on because I spun the tires a little bit there. Not going to come down this way again. I'll take the other way. This has got way too narrow lanes. The other way would be better. Got a pretty hefty hill here too. For full load we'd have to climb this, so yep, the other way's better. Now we know next time we will not take this route. I've only got one more route to try out, so far we've eliminated 2 routes. We've got one more route to try out and see how that one is. I'm not going to turn. Take a look at the map. I'm going to keep going straight. Unless I see a sign that says no trucks, I'm going to keep going straight until I hit the highway.
3/4 of a mile. Turn right on Fleck Road.
Pretty good now. That's why it feels so humid, huh? Yep, the other road's definitely better than this one. But it's pretty, definitely pretty coming down this road. 5,000 people in this town.
Turn right on Perkins Road.
It's beautiful. I love all the trees. A lot of the yards just overgrown, and I think it's one of those places, if you don't mow on a weekly basis, your yard disappears and goes to wild forest. Beautiful colors. I love the oranges there.
Turn right on Cheney Drive.
Don't know why Garmin just doesn't want me to go straight and get to the highway.
Turn left on Bolton Hill Road, then take the first right.
No. No, I'm not. Static on the CB. Turn that down. 20 between 7 and 5. Okay. We are between 7 and 5, so let's do 20.
In 1/4 mile, turn right on Florence Eugene Highway.
End school zone, so it's a short little 20. There we go. Got cell service.
I-1, head for Portland when empty, please. Thanks, Dave.
Head to Portland once empty. Okay. Well, I'm going the right direction. Got cell service and I'm getting messages. Woohoo! Empty to Portland. That's kind of where I got the GPS going to.
Turn right at the traffic light.
Got it going to Malarkey in Portland, the place that we pick up shingles on a regular basis. I think I can go here.
Continue on Florence Eugene Highway.
And if not, the cop was sitting right there beside me, so I'll find out very quickly if Oregon you're allowed to make a right-hand turn on a red light. I know there's some states you're not allowed to, and I'm not sure what states those are. So if you live in a state where you're not allowed to make a right-hand turn on a red, let me know. Start a list. Looks like a nice little town. There's a Pacific Pride here. I don't know if I can fuel up at this particular Pacific Pride, but it's worth a try sometime. So I was just below half a tank, running empty all the way to Portland. Might be do the trick that I don't have to fuel up in the US. Have to see. But I for sure can make it to Ellensburg. There's a Flying J there. And if it doesn't look like it can make it there from there, I'll fuel up there. Well, it's not really a flying, it's a pilot. Same thing. Cool. Now we know in the future I will rather take Central Road, which is coming up ahead over here. I'll take that road over this road. I'll try the other one. It's longer. You have to loop past the place and then come around the other side. I'll try that road next time. See how it is for corners and elevation changes. Approaching Eugene here very quickly, so I'll just keep recording. We kind of go around Eugene. We stick to the Beltline. It's called Beltline Road, and stay to the west and north of Eugene, kind of go around it. Swampy looking lake here. Huge swamplands. Must be many, many, many acres of swampland. spraying their field. It's like a three-wheeler with no cab. Big flotation tires. Body stands, it's got no seat either. It looks like the bouncing, the flotation tires have good bounce going to them. You wouldn't want to sit on that, so must be a small farm and that's all they need. some of these places here, they probably harvest year round. I remember talking to family in Salem that they don't get a lot of snow here. Snow comes, but it doesn't stick around. So the blinking light, does that mean it's going to turn yellow on me? Doesn't look like it. There's someone sitting there, but maybe it's just a warning in the light. Looks like we got a telehandler on that drop deck. Orange or red? Excuse me. Oh, it's not even a drop deck. It's one of those decks that will fold. The axles on the trailer will slide forward, and the whole rear end of the trailer hits the ground, and then the whole trailer basically turns into a ramp. Like, why are the engine brakes braking me so hard? I turned them up instead of down.
Turn left at the traffic light.
Well, it looks like the police are dealing with issue here in the homeless camp. I wish they would just leave them alone. They don't have a choice. If he, maybe he's dealing with a situation, but if you kick him out of this spot, they just have to move to a new spot. They have nowhere to go. So just leave them alone. Or actually give them housing. But leaving him alone is already a step better than what you're doing now, kicking him out. Some towns are pretty good about it. Other towns, it's an eyesore and I don't want it in my neighborhood. Well, then fix it. Don't boot them out in your area. All they have to do is move to a new place, and then eventually you'll kick them out of there, and then they'll move back to the last place. A couple of years ago, Abbotsford in BC did the most idiotic, inhumane thing ever. Made me so angry. They literally hired a chicken farmer to go spread his manure. So they kicked all the homeless out, and then they spread chicken manure in the places that they knew the homeless would come back to. which meant the homeless came back. They don't have a choice. Chicken manure or not, they're coming back. They don't have a choice. Chicken manure breeds a lot of diseases. Now you had all these homeless people in the hospitals because they were sick. They've got no way of taking showers and stuff. So the first step we have to do to help the homeless is stop kicking them out of the places they're temporarily living at. Second step is let's work on giving them some housing. Just a place they can sleep inside, warm, and a place they can take a shower. And a lot of them will work hard from that point to try to get a job. A lot will not. But once you can stay clean and you can present yourself to a possible employer, chances are much higher of getting employed than if you're sleeping in a tent on the side of a road. No showers in the last month, or 2 months, or a year. Swim in a river, right? You don't have options. So yeah, I wish we could start with step one, but stop kicking them out of places where they can at least live temporarily. The only kicking out that should be done would be coming up to them and offering them a place to stay that has warm roof and sanitation, hygiene. It's the only time you should approach them and ask them to vacate the area if you're giving them a better place to be. People out there much smarter than me can figure some of this out. There's just no will. I think if your town has a lot of homeless people, you should really start petitioning our elected officials not to kick them out, but to provide them with housing. Chips there. A lot of different soils over here, so some of those piles are probably manure. There we go. Can't move over. Just slow down. Got all his lift axles, or push axle and tag axle, down to the ground, so he's pretty heavy. I think we'll keep this as a one take, so thank you guys for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. I'll just let it roll out as we leave Eugene here northbound. Not much to really see here, but it was a beautiful drive, the beginning of it. And then we'll probably get loaded somewhere in Portland and then head for the border. And then tomorrow we'll be back in Canada. So I definitely won't be back in Canada today. We'll cross tomorrow. So thanks again for watching. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed. You guys rock.